Hi! Welcome to my channel. Welcome to my BookTube Newbie Tag video. My name is Arin, and I'm so excited that you're here. I'm going to answer the standard questions so you can get to know me a little bit, my reading tastes, you know, that good stuff. Okay, thanks for being here. Let's do it. Okay, the first question is, why did you start this channel? So this is sort of like a dual answer. There's the video making part and the love of reading part. The video making part, I used to make videos. I wanted to be a filmmaker in high school. I made a lot of music videos and like little short films and things like that. I really loved it, and I got discouraged before I even really began just by, you know, not having a penis and thus the film space not being super great. And I ultimately moved to theater, which was an environment I felt a lot like safer and more valued in, blah blah blah. Anyway, I'm not doing theater anymore now either, and I really need a creative outlet. I really miss filmmaking. I really regret being discouraged about it so quickly. And I thought that this would be a really fun way to make videos on my own terms, do what I want to do, and do it independently, you know, so no one can be diddly to me. And I've already made my first vlog, and it was really fun, kind of hard to get back into the swing of things, but I'm really enjoying it so far. And so the creative outlet part of it has just been great so far. And then the reading. I read constantly. I love books so much. And just context for me as a person, side note really quick, I'm autistic. And books and reading have been lifelong special interest. It's all I ever really want to talk about. And when I was younger, I kind of just talked about it with people in my life or my other special interests, and you know, I was with people I knew and that was safe and that was great and it was all fine. And then I moved away and I started making like new friends and acquaintances and coworkers, and the reception to that was not as positive. And so now I kind of have like this survival mechanism in my head where I'm like, you can't say more than one sentence about your special interests at any time or else everyone's gonna hate you and leave, which isn't great. This is kind of like a safe space for me to talk about reading and my other special interests, like frogs, and just do that in a venue where I know that I'm safe to do that, you know, because if you click on my videos, it's probably because you want to hear my thoughts about books. And if you don't want to, then you'll either not click on it or you'll click off of it and it'll be fine. You know what I mean? So, no one needs to be mean to me. So this is really just a chance for me to get back into making videos and to talk about books as much as my heart desires. The second question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? All I gotta offer is me, baby. You know, like there are so many booktubers at this point, God bless, but you know, anything about me, there are already other booktubers who share that trait with me. You know, like there are autistic booktubers, there are booktubers who are really into history, there are booktubers who read a lot of horror and fantasy and sci-fi, you know, like all of the things already exist. So really, at the end of the day, the only unique thing that I have to offer is me and my personality. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I really would love to make a lot of bookish friends. That would be really exciting. I don't have a lot of people to talk about books with, and that's another reason why starting this channel is very exciting. But also just meeting new people who share this interest with me. Hopefully that happens. Why do you love reading? There are so many reasons why I love reading. I mean, one of them is that it's like actively crucial to my mental health. I had a English professor who said that reading was like therapy, and I completely agree. It slows down my thoughts, it centers me, it stabilizes my moods. Like, it really it's really incredible how much reading helps my mental health. And I'm a very sensory sensitive person. A lot of activities don't go super great for me because, you know, they're too loud or too bright or, you know, whatever it is. There's something about it that's really draining to me. And reading is one of my only hobbies that just recharges me. I can put on my noise canceling headphones, get under a weighted blanket, and just read. I love it. I just love it so much. What book or series got you into reading? Junie B. Jones, baby. Junie B. Jones. The first time when I was in the first grade, I was reading aloud from the first Junie B. Jones book. It's like Junie B. Jones and the like stinky smelly bus or something like that. And I was reading it aloud to my parents, and I was bleeping all the times that she said things like stupid and stinky because I thought I would get in trouble. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? How do you manage your time? How do you balance all of it? When you do reading vlogs, how do you make sure you're checking in often enough? How long does it take you to edit those like really long ones? How long did it take for you to find like a routine and schedule that worked for you? Was it a lot of trial and error? What challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? Well, first of all, being on the internet's pretty scary. You know, I'm really putting myself out there. And hopefully no one's mean to me. I would say also folding it into my routine. I'm very much a routine person, and like I said, I've been filming my first vlog, and it's been hard to, you know, fold that into what I'm used to and change up my routine and add things into it. So I think it's just going to take some time until I think, given my routine now, this is the time when I film this, you know what I mean? It's been a little tricky to like crack through my very set in stone way of doing things to add this new component. And then third, perfectionism. I was really good at school in middle school, and so now if I don't do something perfectly, I flip out and quit. I filmed my first vlog 2 or 3 times, and I'm sure the one that I put out today isn't perfect, but I'm just out here doing my best. I have to let go of it. I'll improve with time, and I just have to accept that it's not going to be perfect, and that's okay. When did you start reading? I think I got really into it in the first grade. I've just always loved it. I love a quiet, solitary, cozy activity. And I always have. So I've been reading basically forever. Where do you read? Just about anywhere but moving vehicles. I think I mostly read in my bed. And then we have a day bed in like the office craft room, and then a couch downstairs. I read all those places. Out on the patio when it's nice. In a restaurant if my friend that I'm with goes to the bathroom. If I'm waiting for like, I don't know, an appointment or something. All the time. Just anywhere all the time. What kind of books do you like to read? I'd say I'm a semi-diverse reader as far as like genre goes. Semi. If you're here for contemporary fiction or straight romance, I'm not the guy for that. But I read a fair amount of fantasy, especially low and historic fantasy. Sci-fi, especially like softer sci-fi or horror sci-fi, like one of the extremes. A lot of horror. I really like historical horror. I love campy horror, crossovers with other genres. Historical horror is probably my favorite. I read a fair amount of historical fiction. I was a history major in school. I love history. I love being transported to a different time. But I would say at this point, I'm especially interested in historical settings in fantasy or horror, rather than just straight historical fiction. But I still read some. I don't read a ton of nonfiction, and if I do, it's either history, like historical, or it's about autism. That's kind of it. And then cozy, like middle grade graphic novels I really love, and sapphic romance. Did you ever think you hated romance and it turned out you're just gay? Anyway, and classics. I read a fair amount of classics as well. Mostly classics written by women. I love Jane Austen a lot. Brontes. I read Orlando last year, and I want to read some more Virginia Woolf now. Orlando is fantastic. That was the BookTube Newbie Tag. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to, you can subscribe. Feel free to like the video if you want, and by all means, comment with anything you'd like to see from me. I'm hoping to post reading vlogs every other week and to do a reading wrap-up at the beginning of each month. But if there are any like specific types of vlogs you'd like to see, or any other like sit-down videos you'd like to see from me, let me know. I also am posting my first reading vlog along with this one, so if you would like to check that out, by all means. I read The Monk and Robot duology, so they're kind of companion pieces. But anyway, that's all I have today. I hope to see you soon.